All right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely morning in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm going to put the title of this message, and it is The House is in Trouble. The house is in trouble. Okay, let me pull up something here. Uh, let's go. I want to pull up Jacob's trouble. Uh, oh wow. Okay, Sister Deborah is coming with a very powerful message. And Sister Deborah going to come also from the area of her experience of her life itself. I'm going to use it as a testimony, okay, to this message. Um, uh, it's so much I want to cover. It ain't that I want to cover. I'm going to cover. I would suggest anybody who are not individuals who have the ruach of the Most High Yah that eats food of spirit and truth. You need to turn now and go out the back door, or you can go out the door you enter, which is the front door. If you are a snake, slither yourself out as you came in, okay? Because this heel is going to crush your head. Okay, so I suggest anybody that's slithering in, your best bet is to go right out because your head is going to get crushed. And your head being crushed is because your unrighteous doesn't fear. I don't fear your unrighteous. I'm not choosing unrighteous for righteous. I'm not making wrong right. So this is not your type of party. So I suggest you slither on out as you slither in because your head is going to get crushed. Okay. Uh, I want to say to you all, I give the Most High Yah all praise and glory and honor for who he is, who he was, and who he's going to be in the days to come. I don't have time to do what you all desire to do and what you all want to do, and that is praise men. I'm not gonna give them that because they don't know the trouble in which they are in this day, and it has been a blessing because when I was cleaning up yesterday and I was in the dishes this time again, and he began to tell me about the chaos among a nation of people that is written not in the sense of for eternal, but written under his name. So when I woke up this morning, I got up, I got a drink. Who's coming to my house and not allow me to know? Oh, they're pulling out. Okay, but I went back to lay down just to take that 15 minutes. Just how you just steal. And the spirit came to me with a quickie. I said, no, you didn't. The Father answered me with a closure. He came in and he said, Deborah, the whole house is in trouble. I didn't get it at first, but when he repeated, he said, you know the judgment? I said, what now? Say what? The judgment. They had it wrong. See what I'm saying? That's why you cannot put your trust in the flesh of man. Because you can only trust them as far as you can, how would I say? Not really, you can't really. But you can trust them with $1 million. Let's say that. But when it come down to righteousness, spirit and truth, and the light, when it come down to the word, not the book, but the word, this is what he means. Put your trust in no man. See, he don't have no problem with you trusting man with this book. Because he know the book is not who he is. He is the word. These are the words. So he don't have no problem you trusting man in it. Because a lot of people don't understand that which you surround yourself in is so shall you become. Mentally, physically, spiritually, they don't even understand. Just like in the world. You go out in the world and you tamper with these drugs, this alcohol, this whoremongering, this adulteress, this murdering, and all this stuff. You're going to become that. That's going to be you. That's going to be your life. That's going to be your coming, your going, and your end. Okay? So, same way with when you go up under all of these teachings and these beliefs that man can lead you into righteousness, man can lead you upright, man can lead you into just, use a lie to the lake of fire in which you're going to end in. Man can't take you there, y'all. Only one can take you is the one that says, hold up, wait for me. Terry, I'm coming. Oh, no, you don't want to wait for him. You want that which you can see so you can run behind. So you can have your way. You can have your worldly flesh way with this individual because they teaching you the worldly way. And it makes you feel good. You can go the way that man tells you to go because now you can have your cake and your icing too in the flesh, not knowing that if you have not in this day, in April of 2024, and have not realized you've been following flesh and not spirit, then that's because you already received your destiny eternal on the earth and you know it. Even if you don't, you should. Because what I'm about to speak on is a very powerful message. And this message is going to cover many things that has been going on and also what is happening right today and why people choose the route that they have chosen. And I wasn't planning on stepping in this deep, but y'all said, since you're doing it, let's go all the way. Thank you, Father. Yeah. So I laid in the bed, listened to him. I said, thank you so much because I was wondering about that. And you know what, y'all? Let me tell you something. If you run y'all tails around here thinking that you can follow the flesh of a loudmouth man or a loudmouth woman that's not teaching spirit and truth, they don't have the light in their right hand. The light is not a book, y'all. This is not the light. This is not the light. You won't find no word nowhere telling you these words are the light. These words is not spirit and truth, you guys. Yeshua said the time has come and the time shall come when we will have to worship him in spirit and truth. Why? Because you're going to pull up in the end days and that's all you're going to have to survive with. So you run your tail up and run your tail down in all these platforms and all these loudmouth men. But you're going to find something out, Judah. Your troubles has already started. Praise the mighty God. Jacob's trouble was for the house. Jacob's trouble was for the house. Jacob's trouble was for the house. See, they want to line Jacob's trouble up here, 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 here. Why? Because you're coming from the ones. It's coming from the ones that the Most High is judging right now. Right now. I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, yesterday and when I was washing dishes last night, I was like, but it's just, I just can't believe you gonna let these things go on like this. That's what I was saying, y'all. I can talk to him like that. He been dealing with me since I was 4 years old. I don't have no problem dealing or talking like that to the Most High, yeah, because that's how he allowed me to talk. He know this flesh, but he already know my spirit is where he abide. See, so he know what's going on from the inside out and the outside in of who I am. You see, he know what I'm about. So what happens? When I was saying that, because I was so troubled with why he's allowing a people to continue worse and worse. It didn't make sense to me. Not to the most, when it comes down to the Most High God, because I know who he is. I know about that right hand and that stretched out arm. I'm like, wait a minute, you letting them get away with a lot of? He said, Deborah, stand down. I got the beginning and the end and everything in between. I told you that. When I woke up this morning, I got up, went into the bathroom, came back, laid back in the bed. I thought I'm gonna give myself 5-10 minutes, and with a quicken, he told me, Deborah, okay, now here it is. The whole house is in trouble. Ooh-wee. And he didn't say the whole house. He said the house is in trouble. I said, well, what do you mean? He said, do you remember in the words it says that I'm going to start my judgment in the house? And I began to, I jump up out of bed, you all. I jumped up out of the bed. I said, wait a minute. The judgment has already started. He said, yes. And you ain't seen nothing yet. So while you thinking I'm allowing these men to get away with what they doing, getting away, they ain't getting away with nothing. You don't see it being revealed. You don't see all this stuff coming out. They don't even understand why Judah is being shown up and shown out. They don't even get it, Deborah. The whole house, Deborah, is being judged. He didn't say the whole house. He said the house is being judged. See, they didn't get it. Where I said I start with the house. See, they don't know who the house is, Deborah. I said, the house ain't the body? He said, no. He said, no. I said, see, I was thinking the house, meaning the church. They didn't lie to y'all for so long that we all screwed up and down. The Father was speaking to me about the house, and then he told me, now get up and go look at it in the words. I go look at it in the words, and let me take you there. Was it Peter? Was it Peter or Jeremiah? No, it was Peter, First Peter, because he gave me a couple of verses here. Let me see if this is First Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. And I just want to say to y'all, if he's not in you in a way that shows you light in the midst of all this darkness, if he's not in you in a way of teaching you from the inside, spirit and truth, you don't have to run everywhere to get truth by the spirit of Yah. He's in you. He's teaching you spirit and truth. If you don't have that, I ain't gonna say I even feel sad for you, because he don't want me to feel sad for the serpent seed. Okay, this is where we are at now. First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that the judgment must begin at the house of Yah. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Deborah? Now, what he asked me, what do I I asked him, what do he mean by that? The house. I said, Father, I thought the house was the body. No, it ain't, Deborah. The house ain't the body. See, the head of the body got the house, that church in order in the way that I see fit. See, the head of the church, which is Christ, is the head of the church. It got that house in order. That house is where I want it to be. But Deborah, there's another house. And I call it from time past the house of God. Why? Because I put a people under my name. I had brought them in under my name. By them being under my name, they're the ones that is called the house. You know how he talk about the whole house of Israel? They under his name. So he's sitting here telling you and I today, for the time is come that the judgment must begin at the house of Yah. This is why I've been battling with why he is allowing so much to go. Why are you letting things like this? He said, no, I'm up with, he's opening up doors and everything coming out. I'm crushing. I'm opening up doors so they could see. And even after I open up all these doors so they could see who people really are, their own people really are, they still ain't gonna see that. You see? So I'm gonna bring down a judgment on them. Everywhere they go, they ain't gonna hide. They ain't gonna try to go here. They can't go. They can't go to Africa. They can't go nowhere. I'm bringing judgment on the whole house. Who can escape the judgment of the Most High God? Hey, Jacob, you got trouble. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Hey, Jacob, you truly got trouble. See, all they did with you all is talk y'all about Jacob trouble. Baby, they didn't never know that Jacob trouble was the judgment of the Most High Yah raining down on the house. Praise the mighty Yah. Now, Sister Deborah can get peace. Hallelujah. I can get peace, y'all, because I'm trying to battle with the fact. But you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't have patience in the natural. But when it come down to the spirit realm, I got patience to wait until he tell me what's what. You see? And that's what I'm telling you. My experience with him is totally different than my experience on the natural. Because in my natural, I don't have patience. But in my spirit, I wait a year, 2, 3. If it takes 5 years for him to answer me, so shall it be. But I love the way he rolled up. I love the way he rolled up. Because I was washing dishes and said, it just don't make no sense, Father. I don't understand why you allow it. Boy, when I woke up this morning, used the bathroom, went back for my little 5-10 minutes rest, laying back down, he shot that thing. The house is in trouble. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, go back. The house, Deborah. So I went and I jumped up and I went and I got said, but it said the whole house of Yah. And when I read it like that, it didn't say the whole. When it said the house of Yah, I said, surely they're going to find Hebrew Greek saying something different. No, Deborah, not with this one. I'm speaking it to you. And I'm like, but Father, this answers a multitude of questions. It answers, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it heals me 3 years now. And what I've been wondering, how is it you're going to let these people get away with not owning nothing about who they are, and what they have done unto him, nor what they have done unto one another? Wait a minute. That's why there's no unity, y'all. That's why it's no coming together. You know what he told me? He said, that's why they are comfortable with the men leading. Praise the mighty Yah. Because that's who he's coming after. He's not worried about the woman, because when he has to come after the men, that's including the woman. Why? Because the men never understood that the woman is you. She come out of you. That's why women had to suffer in Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why they couldn't come out. They didn't do anything. Their husbands and their sons were what you call practicing this homosexual. But the daughters and the women, the babies, Father, surely you shouldn't have left the babies. Oh no, Deborah. That's come from the man. See, that's what they got y'all thinking. And the men got y'all thinking it because it's bringing them pleasure in this day and time. They think they light shining, y'all. They think they have proved to the people and to their nation that we are a leader, we're a king, we are a lion. You's a fool. Only one lion. And that's the Messiah. You can't be no lion. When Jacob already prophesied that you weren't going to be nothing. So how are you going to become a lion, Judith? You can't be a lion. You can put on all the chains and the necklace and put all your posts as a lion, baby. No, no, no. All that's a lie. See, this is what he's saying. But I'm coming to visit the house and I'm bringing judgment. So all that time you've been telling me 2 years, about almost 2.5 years, that the judgment is on the earth. And you mean all that time I've been coming to you, Father, y'all, telling you these brothers doing this, they doing this, they doing this, they killing one another, they killing their mothers, they killing their father, all this stuff. He said, yeah. See, they don't understand what you killing still came from you. You see, I'm bringing the house down. And while I'm bringing and I'm dealing with the house is being revealed who they are. It's showing them the type of people they are. But Deborah, they don't see it. They will stand so tall and firm on Deuteronomy 28. Pull that bad boy up again. Why? Because it says, until you are destroyed. Who is you? He that is in captivity. Until you are destroyed. That's the end game, y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't know anything about that because these men won't teach you that. They stay away from that because they can't handle the fact that they have done an excellent job deceiving you and manipulating you and getting you to believe, oh, it's all good. We the people, we kings, we leaders, we lions. Oh, he coming for you. No, he ain't coming for you. He already started because this sister here, hey, been having trouble trying to embrace the fact that they are continuing to get worse and worse. And now I understand. The Father said his judgment is upon them. And I give him all glory and honor. Let's go there. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that the judgment must, Deborah, I want you to understand, shall be, must begin at the house of Yah. And if it first begin at us, you see there? Now look at where he says, if it first begin at us, it's Peter. If it first begin at us, Peter told these men all the time, y'all judgment's going to start with us. And they didn't want to hear that. They ain't taught y'all that today. See, this is what I'm saying. See, this is what the men won't teach y'all. The Father said, because they so busy wanting to boast themselves. They want to get recognition. They so busy trying to find room to debate. All their sin is all they want to be put forward so they can debate. And they boasting on the sin in which they know that is unrighteous. How do they know, Father? Romans chapter 1. For they know because I put it in them to know. Well, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up, Father. When did you do that? When did you do that? Huh? When did you do that? They know. Go to Genesis, Deborah. Let's go to Genesis. And let's go to Genesis. Let's get it. Okay, here we go. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 22. So when he's sitting here trying to tell me that Romans, let's show you what, see why y'all run around here trying to cover this Israelite movement up and make everybody think that everybody wrong and they all right. No, baby, you had it wrong all the time. I like the idea the Father said, but I'm coming. My judgment's coming for them, Deborah. Since they lied. They've been lying. Romans 1. In Romans 1, listen to this. In Romans chapter 1, verse 18, for the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, males. Why? Who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Verse 19, because that which may be known of Yah is manifested in them, for Yah has shown it unto them. Let's go. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 22. And Yah said, behold me, look, Deborah, look, people, look. Man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And take also, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Y'all running around here clowning, trying to prove that these men are supposed to be leaders, rulers, and kings. Y'all made a fool out of yourself. Tell me what inmate is a king, a leader, and a ruler in the capacity that he's in the prison. He can come out of the prison whenever he want, go shopping and do what he want, have a castle inside the prison. No, you can't. This is what the house didn't know. You're in captivity due to a curse. So all this that you're teaching these people as if y'all are high and mighty, this is why they out of order, and that's why the judgment was set. See, the judgment wasn't set in the year of 2024. Y'all set this from the kingdom. He already knew that the house was going to be so out of order while even they were in captivity. Praise the mighty Yah. And y'all wandering around here can't even see that. You know why? Y'all never were taught Deuteronomy 28 endgame. And because you never was taught, and because the Ruach never taught you the end game of Deuteronomy 28, that would have shown you these men that are out here teaching on all these platforms and leading these women too that's behind them, pumping them up. And you'll notice 1 minute you'll see them, and the women would do it. They would have a title when they started 20 years, 15 years ago. Every time you turn around, they switching their title every 4 or 5 years. Why? Because you start off wanting to do right. But who you are always was in you. And that's what you're seeing today. You see, they started off thinking, oh, we awakening, we the true people, we the true this, we the righteous, we the this, we the that, we the that. And look at where they at today. That's why you see all these things being revealed. And the sad part about it, Father gonna let you keep on hanging on to that coat. He gonna let you do it because you're going in riding high with them in that broad gate. Okay, so here it is in Romans chapter 1 and verse Romans chapter 1 and verse 18 and 19. He telling you women, he telling you men, I put it in them to know that what they're doing is wrong. They already know it. Then he sealed it in Genesis chapter 3. He said, verse 22, and Yah said, behold, man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand and do what? And take of the tree of life and eat and live forever. The gate is narrow, y'all. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. It's year 2024. He said that way back in Genesis. They still ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Deuteronomy pulled up and told them the end game. So you'll think they start pulling up they pants and what and gearing themselves, lacing up their boots, getting ready to be about the Father's business. No, they're about this deception and deceiving and boasting and boosting and putting themselves on high towers, and y'all running y'all stupid tails around behind them. So you run. You run yourself around behind them, chase their tails, because you already been chasing yours. That's why you don't have spirit and truth in you, because you don't it ain't meant to come and abide in you, because you're a tail chaser. That's what you are. So what do he say? He says now when he come back to Peter, First Peter, what did he say in First Peter chapter 4 and verse 17? For the time is come that the judgment must begin at the house of Yah, and if it first began with us. I love you, Peter. You see how he just telling you? See, this is what I try to say to you. I'm likened to them brothers. I'm telling you, I am likened to them. I feel them. And when I say feel them, I got that warmness with the words in which they say. Now, these are words, but I have that oneness, which is the ruach that brings me into agreement to that which is spirit and truth when he allowed me to read it. And then it detached me to a feeling. You see, I begin to feel this thing. And when Peter is saying this, you got to look at it. Now, look at it. I know most of you don't have your book out, but it says in First Peter chapter 17, he said, and the time is come that the judgment must begin at the house of Yah. And if it first began at us. See, I'm like Peter. I don't have no problem that I'm in the house. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with including myself as the house. Peter just did the same thing. That's how I am. That's why I can feel Peter when he says, begin at us. Begin at us. 99% of the people that is of this house wouldn't even consider that. That if Peter said the judgment, that means he's meaning his people, his people, even though he wasn't going to be here. He's sending a sign to Sister Deborah. Deborah, you got to include yourself like I did. I knew I wasn't going to be here, Deborah, but you got to do that like I did. I include myself. Put yourself on in there. That's why I can sit here and talk to Judith the way I want to talk to him based on how the Spirit leads me. I don't talk to Judith the way those that are in the world that's up the rectum of Judith and wants to believe everything Judith mean telling them. They've been telling y'all wrong from the beginning. And it's okay. It's okay. Because y'all told you right in Deuteronomy 28, and you still ain't listen to him. He had an end game connected to that. You still ain't listen to him. These men ain't gonna cover the end game. They so busy talking about polygamy and having many wives and adultery. You know all that mess is sin. You know all of you doing it. You know it. But you know what? He says, I'm coming, Deborah. Guess what? Remember that judgment I've been teaching you in the last 2.5 years that's on the house? Guess what? That's what you've been seeing. But I'm like saying, but everybody died. And I said the house. See, what y'all didn't know is when the men do something, the women still pay the consequences. Why? Because they have united themselves with them in a oneness of unjust, unrighteous, and wicked. Just ask the man that brought the money before Peter and laid it before his feet, and he fell dead. Why didn't he come with his wife? It was to show Sister Deborah. See, she didn't have to go his route, but she had the same mindset. She came and did the same thing because she got with her husband, did wrong, both of them going down. But Deborah, I was giving her a chance to switch up and pull out. That's why it was separate. That's why it was separate. Like unto the Garden of Eden, where they say that Eve and Adam and Eve. See, they both walked in and was in the midst, which they shouldn't have been in the midst of the tree. of knowledge of good and evil. Why are both of y'all right in the midst of that tree? Wait a minute, why ain't y'all standing in the midst of the tree of life? Why are both of you sitting here? Because the both of you are one accord. He made you, the example was, and they are to become one in the sin in which they're willing to commit. So all you women and men out here that's following flesh and committing to their teaching and their belief and their understanding, you ain't doing nothing but sending yourself the same place they going. Okay? So a good thing about it, y'all letting you know your destiny. You don't have to wait for judgment. You can clown now. You can continue to clown because you're going exactly where your husband going and where your wife is going when y'all do not have spirit and truth and the light within. You're going into the same direction. That's why you can agree with each other. That's why women take on and believe everything these men are saying, because the whole clique was to bring you to the lowest, like it was in the days. Why we go higher, and not one woman figured this thing out through the Ruach. The purpose of you being under his feet so he can rule. Y'all knew you was under his feet all this time because heaven knew who he had on top to rule, to get everything to be what it is today. He let man head his tail to all those books he has listed in the kingdom, called the book to the lake of hell. He let man lead the multitude to the broad gate. See how? This is what they didn't know, and they still don't know. So they thinking that y'all wanted them to be the head and the leader in their flesh for because they all that and all that. But then you ask them, what is a man? They don't know. See, they don't know the heavenly calling for a man. They know the earthly purpose for a man. They don't know the heavenly calling or creation for a man. They know the earthly, what man keep telling man, what man see man doing. That's why you got a lot of Judith practicing this homosexual stuff. A lot of them see it the Most High God. He says already Sodom and Gomorrah among Judah. I already knew that. I knew that years ago. I already knew that because it was too deep. I had I told you my middle son. Oh man, I think since he was like 5 or 6, they've been chasing him. That's just how long. That's just how long. So don't tell me it's been going on. It's been going on. You see, all these things, y'all ain't gonna let nothing get past me. Nothing get past me. They come calling me yesterday. Oh, my baby girl was missing. They hadn't heard from her. She had took the car, her father's car, and they hadn't heard from him all night. And it was going into another day, and nobody heard from them. And they running around here saying, "Well, who is the car name in? It's in my name." Okay, when we need the license plate or the serial number, would you get all this? And I had to stop what I was doing to get them all this information. And one son it to my oldest daughter, and they went calling the police. Police says put out of a missing person. You think I was running around here, honey? No, I gave those kids the best of my life, not my life, of my living. I gave my life to y'all. That's why you want to go out there and act a fool, because I brought those children up in the fear of y'all. Y'all don't know what that's about, do you? I know you don't. You think you brought your children up because you all that and something. No, baby. If you ain't brought them up in the fear of y'all, and you have to know what that is. So they I believe one of them got mad because they was like, well, mama, you cannot concern for what? For what? All I remember saying, Father, let your will be done. And he said, if it was anything to this, you'll be the first to know. Praise Almighty, y'all. So when my son came over and I said, y'all looking for all these papers and all looking, one thing y'all so ignorant and y'all don't know, y'all should check with me. The first to know will be me. Ain't nothing going on with her. She okay. Because if anything was going to go down, I would get the first to know. You see? See, that's this shows me that you gave your children your living, your whole living on this earth. You gave it to them. I just thank the Father for giving me life and giving me the understanding that I got to give that back to him. So I serve him in that way. See, that life gave me a spirit, and that spirit of who I am served him. So I couldn't give them my life. I gave them my living. So I told him, y'all run y'all tails around here if y'all want to, like your head chopped off. Y'all too ignorant. And I told them, y'all too ignorant to really grip the fact that if anything happened to my daughter, I will be the first to know. Not y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Ain't nothing wrong with her. All that time. They come over here to get the information because I'm one moving fast enough. You know, I ain't finna get upside down. Now, when that spirit come to me, let me show y'all the one I serve. I don't care about those in the live chat or nobody else and who you serve. You serve who you serve. But the one that I serve, let me tell you how he would do it. How he have done things. He'll say, okay, hey, Deborah, something's going to happen, okay? And you're going to be hurt. He prepared me. And he say, I just want to let you know. And it's a feeling, y'all, that brings your spirit so low to the ground. It's a hurting feeling. It's a remorse and a sorrow. You know what he doing? I belong to him, and he belong in me, because that's where he at. He prepared my spirit man first and foremost for any and every move he has around me that might tamper with my mood in the flesh and take me off course. So he'll prepare me in the spirit and tell me something is going to happen. But the reason when I know it's going to be something really critical is when it's so deep to where it feels like everything inside of my body then hit the ground. And I am great sorrow. It's a sorrow. I can't even explain it to you all. It's a sorrow beyond a sorrow. So if something were to happen to my daughter, that's pretty much what I would get week, 2 weeks prior. I won't be able to know exactly what it is until I come up on that day. Then he'll give me another warning. This is the day. Bam, that feeling still heavy. That feeling do not go away, you guys. Y'all will not erase that feeling from out within me until it has come to pass. So when it happened, now you're ready. That's how y'all rumbles with me. That's how he rumbles with me. So here my son come over here trying to rush me and getting the paper. I said, y'all, I've been getting these papers. If there's anything really going on with her that's dangerous, they didn't call the police, put out a this and a that and all this on the car. I said, if there's something going on, I'll be the first to know. Not y'all. I said, wait a minute. I said, first and foremost, every last one of my children that passed away, I knew it before I was even born, before I was even pregnant with one. The other one is when I was pregnant. I already knew that one was going to pass away. So don't come to me. See, what I realize is I've been here 63 years, and I am what he said that I am. I noticed that I am like a shadow, and I'm just going. No one can see me. No one can hear me. No one pays no attention to what is said, and it's a good thing though. It's a good thing in the spiritual realm of how y'all created it, because I sit back and I know if I'm somewhere and a stranger walk up and or if I'm somewhere where we in a lot of people, and if I start talking, people start chiming in, standing around listening, and everybody just be amazed at what I'm saying. They don't have to know me and I don't have to know them. But it's just the ideal of really, I know who I am. You see, and you get these clowns coming on saying things. And I said, Father, that's a serpent that don't know he's a serpent. That's a snake, and she don't know she's a snake. Because if she wasn't, she wouldn't be pulling up in this forest. She'd be trying to get out of there before that head get crushed. But I don't even waste my time. But I was telling them that, y'all, look, I've come, and I this is the only problem I have is I have a mother. Mama is probably what, about 87, 89, 87 to 89. No, I think she's 87, going on 88. And she was the only one can tell everybody. She had this ever since she was a little bitty girl. You see? But she never would tell him. She never would tell him. Never would. So I'm almost like a ghost. And I think that's the way Yah created me. He created me to speak and the people not listen. You know? So this is why when he say you come before the throne, there's not going to be no mercy. Okay? There's not going to be no mercy, y'all. It ain't going to be I did. You going to be saying that to yourself. He going to already know he don't know you. He already got you written. You see? So while they don't understand, only reason why he would have somebody like Sister Deborah down here is to keep his light in the midst of all this darkness. He don't care if you get what I'm saying. He got you already. See, he know where you are, where you at, where you going, and where you coming from. He know your day in, your day out. You are already written in one book or the other. You're already assigned either to eternal life in the kingdom or the lake of fire in Yah. You think he now here worried about which way you gonna turn? You think he worried about which side you gonna take? You take the side in which you was assigned from the kingdom, not from the earth. So let's get into this here a little bit more about the house. Now I need to cover 1 Peter chapter 4. I want y'all to listen to this. For the time is come that the judgment of the judgment. Now, why is it that Judah don't understand judgment? Because men are leading him. Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah constantly told them over and over, because the shepherds are leading the people astray. And they going happy. I want to follow. He's a leader. He's a king. He's a ruler. You's a fool. Because I'm going to tell y'all something that you didn't know. Y'all servants, they coming. And in him, he ain't looking at them as male and female. You looking at them as male and female. But that's not his will. That's not even a part of his way. But because man has designed and twist everything in the way and in the order that best fit them in this day and time and in yesterday. That's why he says you're worse than your forefather. He meaning you worse than Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and David, and all of them. That's what he's talking about. Y'all run around here thinking y'all the best. Please. Only those that are the vessel of the Most High Yah, that knows the way to the narrow gate. What part of that y'all don't understand? What part is it that the flesh of the house don't understand? What's so hard? But then it makes sense. It makes sense in Romans chapter 1, verse 18. He said, I put it in them there to know the truth and to know righteous. This is what they choosing to do because that's who they are. See, that's what y'all don't understand. You ain't pulling nothing over the Most High Yah. I got to stay on 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that the judgment must begin in the house of Yah. The Father wants you to know, you know how they be talking about the whole house? That means Judah and Israel. The whole house. That's what the house is, Yah. Yah is pouring out judgment among the whole house. Y'all running y'all tails around here talking about what the white man doing with the heathen. The Father wants you to know that what you doing and what y'all have done has been beyond what the heathens and Gentiles could have done. But see, y'all got these men teaching y'all. alive. And y'all boasting them and boosting them. Y'all want to hear all the chaos within them and among them. And I'm gonna go and step into, no, let me finish Peter. First Peter chapter 4. And it says, and if it's first start at us, wait a minute, hold up. Peter, you gonna put yourself in there? Peter, you gonna put yourself in the house? He talking to me too, Deborah. Come on, go with me. You're right. I'm with you. I ain't gonna sit and deny that I'm not in that house. But I just like the idea that the Father then revealed to his prophet, hey, Deborah, the house is the whole house of Israel. It's not the body of Hamashiach. The head got the Hamashiach, which is the head. Christ. He got the church. I'm talking about the whole house of Israel. That means Judah too. I'm starting with you. Now you would think, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. We in captivity. We in prison. They doing all this to us. They done this, and you gonna judge us first? Why you ain't judging them? Because it's showing you, just as I've tried to explain to you all, the house is the worstest people on the face of the earth. Praise the mighty God. So you go on and let these men boost y'all tails up, and they need to, because y'all say he has enlarging hair, and the broad gate is just for you to go with all these flesh of men that's leading you all through that gate. There are some women are too, because they've been on here for too long not to be speaking truth. That's why they would even go after those that are speaking spirit and truth. They are threatened by subscribers and likes of women that has more subscribers and likes than they have. Then they'll go after them and call them false prophets. Isn't that deep? I just thank the Father that I don't have any, in a sense, lesson of the less. I love that. I love the Father and where he keeps me at, because he knows that I am of him and not this world. So I want to stay where he got me. But they would talk about who's a false. How can anybody come up and be able to have the ability to say who is the false prophet and who is the real prophet? Since you can identify the false, tell us who's the true prophet. You get what I'm saying? If y'all didn't call you to get onto media and tell people about who's the false prophets and the false prophetess, well, okay, since he told you who is the false one, tell us which one is the real one. They ain't gonna be able to tell you. They ain't gonna be able to tell you. You see, because the false prophet, you got to be the false prophet first and foremost, because you would have to be someone lining up in the false prophet, because you shooting down other false prophets because they got more subscribers and likes than you do. Isn't that sad? But like I said, I thank the Father that he got me over here in the corner. Didn't I tell y'all? He said, hey, get in your lane, Deborah. Get in your lane where you belong. I love that. He said, stay in spirit and truth. That's your lane. Get in your lane. Don't play with this horse mess out here. So what happens? Peter is actually identifying himself as the house. Now, you know Peter ain't going to be here. Peter, you ain't going to be here. But Deborah, I'm trying to pull you in. Thank you, Peter. I feel you, Peter. I get it, Peter. I'm in there, okay? So it says, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yah? Now, what people didn't understand, the gospel, they don't understand. They don't understand what the gospel is of Yah. They don't understand that because they're so busy trying to follow the tail end of a man and a woman and all these platforms to where they don't know what's what. And he said, leave them there. It's time to leave them there, Deborah. Just leave them there. Leave them there. They right where they need to be. So I thank the Father for giving me that, because it helps me a great deal. It helps me to understand even the situation where I'm seeing all of Judah being brought out, not just to the world, y'all. Yeah, first and foremost to the world. Everything is being opening up to the world so everybody can see them at what? That nakedness I was telling y'all about. Remember, I said that their nakedness is being shown. You see, Israel nakedness must be seen. That's how the whole world is going to hate Israel. It's because, they're going to hate Israel because of their nakedness. That means all their ugliness in which the heavens, the kingdom of the Most High Yah sees them, going to be shown on the earth. Praise the mighty Yah. You ain't getting out of here. You ain't getting out of here. That's why he said you're going to be cursed coming in and cursed going out. Because see, what these men didn't teach out at. They didn't say, okay, y'all, we the pastor, we the leader, we the moral, we the watchman, we the bishop, we the priest, we the teachers, and we the this, and we the that, we the king, we the leader. But they never taught y'all that he said curse coming in, curse going out. See, they didn't want to teach y'all that because they want to blame the heathens and Gentiles and the white people for everything. And they can't even blame themselves for the way that they had done the creator himself, who did what? See, y'all wouldn't have no problem with you treating him like that. People, y'all don't have no problem with you doing the things that you're doing. Only problem he has is that, okay, I put you under this name and you down here acting like this. Okay, you just being what I knew you were going to be from the heavens. So I got you wrote in the right book. Okay. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. You sitting here and you listen to Sister Deborah telling you what 1 Peter chapter 4 saying that the judgment is going to start with the house. The house is the whole house of Israel. That's what the house is. You see? And while you sitting here talking about the heathens, the Gentiles, the white people, and this and this and this and this, and I'm like trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, hold up. Why are y'all talking about what? What about your people? They won't touch it. Judah won't touch Judah. Israel won't touch Israel. These people are truly what he said. And I think the name is worse in the kingdom than it is on the earth. On the earth, it's called stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience, to try to get your flesh to draw in to the way heaven sees them. But y'all don't see that. Y'all still see them as the best of the best. Oh, the true Jews, the true this and the true that. You still don't see them from the kingdom level. Because the kingdom, if they're saying stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience in these books, what is Yah saying? That's what he says unto me in the inner man, in my spirit. That's where he teaches from, that level. And it's not good, Judah. It's not good, Israel. It's not good, house of Israel. And you want to run around here talking about Jacob's trouble? Jacob, as Sister Deborah done told you, in the last 3 years, you are in trouble. I'm gonna back it up and I'm gonna back it down. I ain't saying nothing that I ain't gonna back up and back down when you gonna get it when I'm done. So I like that he says these things, and it says here in verse 18. We see at 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 18 now. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where should the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wait a minute. We started off in 17 talking about the whole house. See, y'all thinking the house is one that's going to get up out of here and go to the promised land and be in the kingdom of heaven because you see names written of the tribe. No, baby, you've been up, you've been down. Because what? These clowns have taught you all to put your trust and belief in what they can teach you. And they have molded you no different than the heathens has molded theirs. That's the same way Judah has done to their people. That's the same way Judah has done to their people. They have molded y'all to believe the lie. Just as the heathens and Gentiles and the Europeans, they believe a lie. They are, it's amazing how, let me set another example. Let's say you have heard about Kanye and Kyrie. I think it was last year. The things about Jewish and this and this, and how Kanye and Kyrie, the basketball player, they was the fake Jews was over there after them about saying that they were the Jews or whatever, or it wasn't even about they were the Jews. It's about that they was taking heat to the book that was about Hebrew. What is it? Negroes Hebrew. What is it? Don's book or movie or whatever about finding out who we are. Just put it like that. And no one ever really gave it a thought how this is where I really was like really hurt. Y'all never knew that I was really hurt behind this matter because the whole house, not the whole house. Let me not say that. I need to stop saying that. I need to separate that. Judith, in which I have come as a prophetess to be among, they went running like crazy after Kanye and Kyrie, supporting them 100. Supporting them. Why? Two black men. Now, are these black men representing their yard? No, they ain't. They representing the serpent seed. But Judith took off running. They made videos after videos after videos supporting these men. Oh, this man, they doing it. Everybody doing something to Kyrie. Everybody doing something to Kanye. When it's said and done, those two men looked at them after they got the whole tribe of Judith men making videos and swinging on their side and taking their side. They turned around, looked at them, said, "You fool," and walked away and went Satan's way. Even to today. But wait a minute. Why did Judith jump on their side? Why was Judith riding on them and they were wrong? Why are you taking their side? Because Judith is an ugly man. He's an ugly man. And I mean ugly in his ways, his thinking, his function, his desires, his want. He's been this way. And that's why Jacob said before he died that Judith ain't gonna be nothing from young to old. That's why he started with a cub all the way up to an old line. He ain't talking to you. Jacob ain't talking to you. He's talking to me. He's helping me out in this day and time to understand what the Father is teaching me from the wilderness. And the Father turned around and quickly said, "Jacob, tell him." Then Jacob had to show it and reveal it to me. Hey, Solomon, tell it what it was like. Tell her. Daniel, tell her. Ezekiel, tell her what it's like. That's how the Father teach me. He take me there and he make me feel that thing. So when I come up and out, now I get it. Why? Because I feel that thing. And when you feel that thing, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. He's allowing you to feel truth in your spirit for what the whole matter is and was. You see? So as I'm sitting here and I was so hurt by Judith running, taking Kanye and Kyrie's side, and these men turned back and looked at them and said, "We ain't gonna help the community. We ain't gonna help nothing y'all talking about. We don't give the rats behind about true Jews nor the Jews. Get out of my face." Kanye turned and went the way he was always going. Kyrie, all of a sudden, left even every religion, or not religion, belief of the Hebrew Israelite movement. Turned away and went on with his family, serving the world. But why did Judith do that? Because Judith ain't never been nothing. Never been nothing. Let me explain to what I'm saying, y'all. When the Father told me one time, "I want you to go in here and I want you to read this. I'm like, wait a minute. Everything you told me to read, these people was stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient way back then, Father. These men were like this all the way back. Yes, Deborah. So while you sitting here hooping and hollering, thinking these men didn't change, no, they're worse than their forefathers. And they still ain't gripped that. They won't preach that to y'all. They won't teach that worser. They won't do any. Why? Because they don't want you all to know anything about who they really are. But the Father said, "That's okay. Don't tell them. Don't you see I'm pulling up, Deborah?" That's what he was explaining to me. Don't you see all this stuff pulling up? regarding Judith? Don't you see him showing up in the eyes of the world? In the eyes of the world, do the world see TD Jakes? In the eyes of the world, do they see Puff Daddy? They're going to see it all. Now let's go to the manipulation. Watch this here. There was a man, Sanders, I think his last name, and he talked so negative about women. You notice he came in, the moment he got to a level, y'all took him out. Somebody might say he was murdered. He probably was. The will of the Father. He got out of here. That harsh mouth was here one moment, speaking all that negativity stuff. See, a man can't come here talking about a woman and bringing woman down and low until he had brought himself down and low. Now, if a man able to come down and reveal himself to be low and show the ugliness of a man, then what? He has every right to show the ugliness of a woman and every right to bring her down. But until you have brought the one that held the seed that Yah has given him, you cannot bring woman. You cannot bring girl. You got to bring man down before you can bring woman. You got to. He didn't go, everything he did, he said, not including woman. Why? Because she came out of him. Y'all so sick. The ways of a woman is the way of a man. Y'all sick. Why did you think Eve was in the garden and Adam was there and the Roman Catholics smeared some things and you couldn't get really what was going on even to today? You lost with a cause and without one because it was all screwed up. They was what? Oneness. They were naked and they was oneness in the garden. Oneness in what? Following the serpent seed. He didn't put one to follow the tree of life and one to follow the serpent seed. No, he put both of them to be oneness and follow the serpent seed. So this such thing as Eve entertained. No. Eve can't entertain that which man has not entertained. It was a lie. See, y'all have shown us from the beginning of your study guide through the end. But you know what? Let me back that up. When you read your study guide and you don't have the Ruach, you can make this book say anything you want. You can make this book talk. You can make this book walk. You can make this book fly. You can make this book anything you want. But when that Ruach pull up, it's going to put you in the right order. And that's something they don't have. When they don't have the Ruach, they take this book and battle you. Because they don't have the Ruach that says, tarry until I come. But first and foremost, study. Because this thing needs to be divided. Study. Because this thing needs to be divided. What are you going to study, Father? They're going to study the study guide that's left there. The instructions and direction book that gives them a study. But Deborah, when they study that, at the same time, they tarry. Tarry for what? Me, Deborah. I'm the word. See, the men didn't do that because they don't know nothing about that. Y'all didn't give it to them. It's not in their bosom. It's not in their spirit to wait on y'all. You see, that's why they don't know. They don't know that the whole house is being judged. And I'm going to tell y'all something where y'all messed up. Right before the COVID, he was judging them. That's when the fire, how would I say it? No, it's the fire was lit and the judgment and the wrath was out right before COVID on the house. At that time, I was hooping and hollering, and I remember him saying to me, Deborah, what's the problem? What's the problem? Don't forget now, this is how it is in the heaven. Heaven knows what it is on the earth. Don't forget now, you was taught from the wilderness. You got to stick with all that I've taught you in the spirit of truth. You can't run to what you hear these people saying on these platforms. You can't run to what they precept, what they line, they little here. That's the study guide. See, Deborah, this is the words. But I am the word. You got to stick with me, Deborah. Stick with me. I tell you what, I'm going to build you a lane. And you know how you run in a race. You know how you like to run and run track. And you like, well, okay, I'm going to build you a lane and I want you to stay in it. And that lane consists of spirit and truth with the light in my right hand. Stand down, clowns. You ain't got nothing coming. So as he's sitting here telling us that he's going to deal with Judith, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 16. Oh, let me finish about Kyrie. So I'm gonna bring that from then, Kyrie and Kanye, and how Judith jumped on them as lions, like they somebody. Oh, they doing this to them brothers. And they made video for a good whole year. Talking about how the heathens and the Gentiles and the Europeans and the fake Jews are bothering these men. Baby. How you going to bring these men in the flesh? And they your enemy in the spirit. Unless you and them are alike. And that's what Sister Deborah had to embrace. They are who they are. They are one of a kind. Alike. They're all in the same basket. See, I was thinking that if when they said they awakened, he said, no, Deborah. Did Jacob tell you that? What did Jacob tell you? See, that's how he had to correct me. He got to take me back to them that were his vessels. He said, what did Jacob tell you? Jacob said that Judah ain't going to get up. He ain't going to never get up. He ain't going to awaken. So you see these Negroes running around here talking about they awaken. What are they talking about, Deborah? See, just shows you they not even following the book they say they following. They not even saw. He said they're not following the book. They trying to a hammer on top of everybody. They're not even hammering their own head with it. The ones that's leading and guiding them ain't even going by the book that they study. They're not going by it, Deborah. Jacob told him before he died. You seen me come in and order them to get together so their father can tell them. Only you can see that. These people, they can read that 24 million years and couldn't hear what you can hear. But there it is in your face, just like it is in theirs. They ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna see me pull up and tell the 12 sons of Jacob, get your butt in there and hear your daddy. He finna tell you what's gonna be your end days. Here we are in them end days. Did Jacob go then? Did Judah go before Jacob? He didn't want to. Y'all charged him to. He came in on the scene, pulled up with Jacob. Get y'all butts in there and listen to your father. What you think you doing? They got their tails in there. And when Jacob told Judah that you going to be like a cub to an old lion, crouch down doing nothing. Crouch down mean lazy, slothful. And all y'all standing around here, running around here, chasing the tails of these men with your tail between your legs, putting these men on high pedestals. For what? Someone tell me that I'm bashing men. You know what? You know what you said? He said to me instant. When I read that, the father said, Deborah, back it up, back it up, back it up. And I'm like, what? I ain't saying nothing. He said, back it up. My fault. Don't take it nowhere but to the trash. It ain't you. It's me they're talking to. When the father told me that, I said, that's what I like. I like that. I like that. The father will pull up on y'all tails in a minute and you won't know it. I'm sitting here reading this saying you bashing men. The father said, back up, back up. I'm like, what did I do? No. They ain't talking to you. They talking to me. So he's saying that when you sitting here telling me that I'm bashing me and you the fool, you the clown, you the one with the tail between your legs, you the one that's chasing the tail of a man, you the one running behind here with flesh. He said, even in your study guide, in the words, it tells you Judah wasn't going to mount up to nothing. I'm sitting here telling y'all I'm judging you, and y'all still running around here doing all this trash, worse than anybody else in anybody's nation, and showing the whole world. Okay, I'm going to show y'all what he gave me. I had no idea the power and what this meant, but I had somewhat right, but I didn't know the power. This is what he was dealing with me with. On. So let me tell you, when we said Kanye and Kyrie, here we are today. You got Dowd and you got Rufus, you got even Geno Jennings, all that trash that's led Judah, same Judah that Jacob said you ain't gonna mount up to nothing and you ain't gonna wake up. So what how you get woke? Wait a minute, how you woke up? How and what are you woke up to? See, people can understand awakening in the spirit realm, or you can be awakening in the flesh. And if you are awakened in the flesh, you're still as stupid as you were before you was awakened and when you were asleep. See, you got to be awakened in the spirit, not in the flesh. And when you have not in this day and time been awakened in the spirit, guess what? You are dead sleep and don't know it. You cannot be awakened in the flesh. It's awakened either in the spirit. That's why he said knowledge shall increase. It's not the knowledge of the flesh. It's the knowledge of the spirit. It's going to increase. And y'all don't even have the room to receive knowledge in the spirit. Why? Because you stuck on stupid in the flesh. And you think a flesh of a man has more ability to teach and lead and guide you with his dark light versus Yah with the light. You don't want to hear it. Y'all ain't following the rules of these men. They taking this book telling you to tell women to shut up. Look, one verse in there, and that was Paul. And Paul, if you ever, no, so you ain't gonna be able to do that. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Paul was saying it in the spirit realm, y'all. Paul was saying it just like Peter is saying right here. Yeah, you all missed it. Now one of you ever saw it. It said in 1 Peter chapter 17, and what Peter said would begin at us. Peter telling us the nation, the whole house. That's what Peter was talking about. That's what Peter was talking about. But why is Peter said us? Baby, you ain't gonna be here, so why are you saying us? Deborah, you. I'm talking to you, Deborah. I'm trying to get you pulled on in so you can feel this thing. And I feel it, Peter. I got you. I got you. You're right. I salute it. I salute that. You're right, Peter. I include myself when he said the judgment. But I thank him for giving me the light in it so brightly. Now I can see why these fools out here following Dials, Rufus, and Gino, and many others that's out here following these men. These men ain't giving y'all no spirit and truth. They ain't giving you no light. They just giving you darkness after darkness after darkness. And you get all these men, they got a little platform, they've been on here for years, they've been supporting these men all this time. Now, this is where you know the judgment as it is written in 1 Peter chapter 17 is true. Watch this here. It's when you pull up into the 2008 to 2024 and you saw all these men boasting and boosting Pastor Dial up, putting him on a pedestal with this polygamy. Oh, he this, all this. And they didn't even understand the same nasty man that you are trying to bring down is the same man he always been. You was just too ignorant. You want to see these men want to boost these men up because they see man on man. They looking at the flesh. They understand the things in the flesh realm. They trying to battle this book. Y'all, this book is not it. But y'all said, leave them alone, devil. Leave them alone. Let them battle and debate with each other. Let them boost themselves as high as they can go in this book. Because when they finish, they're already halfway through the broad gate. It's no way you're going to enter into the broad gate and think you're going to turn around. No, y'all ain't going for it. The gate has been prepared from the heaven. He had two gates. One is narrow and one is broad. If you already done enter into the broad gate, that's it for you. You ain't going to be able to turn around like you're trying to do with Dowd. Put him on a pedestal. Okay, that same, when he starts saying polygamy, you got to understand. This is whoremongering. As he said, Judah, Israel, the house, loves to do. Adultery, abomination. Y'all, you want to say this book is about you? It tells you how ugly you have been as a people. And that's why you was put under the name. Why, Deborah? Why would he see you ugly like that and put you under his name? Because he loved dealing with the worst of the worst to make himself known to all mankind. He's going to let you show up and show out. Now, the judgment is just go back 2 to 3 years ago. I've been telling y'all the judgment of the Most High is at hand. I've been telling you all the judgment is before us for those that many years straight. So it was right before the pandemic. But no, guess what? He told me, Deborah, I started when you remember when you was talking about judgment, during that time is when I had started the heavy judgment toward the whole house. I'm like, all sick. Yes. It's just showing you how much time I have given them, how much patience. But see, while I'm giving them time and patience, guess what else I gave them, Deborah? Deborah, I gave them mercy and grace. And guess what else? Guess what? Guess why the mercy and grace, they were an issue. Why, Deborah? The whole world? Because I got a will. Got to ride itself out to A to Z. See, so y'all thought y'all was getting grace and mercy because of you. And because of you entitled. No, baby, grace and mercy is so that his will can go from A to Z and ride on down. What do you mean? So that his will may be fulfilled from the beginning to the end. Didn't he say he's the beginning and the end? He's Alpha and Omega. That's what he was saying. So according to my will, Deborah, I had to make a way. So I gave them grace and mercy. See, and they took advantage of grace and mercy. And you see what they're doing. That's fine. I got them written. It is written. It's written where they're going, where they come from, and where they're going to end. So they can come down here and clown all they 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 120, 30, 130, what years they want. But the end game, Deborah, that game that they like to play, they like to get on these systems and play these games. He said, tell them, try to play that game. Tell them, play that game. It's an end game. And they'll never win. Praise the mighty Yah. They won't ever win. Okay, so he was saying, when you look at Dials and Rufus is taking up, this is coming from the prophetess in the wilderness. Rufus is taking advantage of all these Negro men out here, call themselves Judah. He riding them good, y'all. Rufus is right. When I saw that the other day, I said, oh my Yah, Rufus is playing it for all this work. That guy, let me tell y'all something. Almost like Kanye, but worse. Because what Rufus did is, Rufus' feelings got hurt. His emotions got hurt. He could have left it with him and Dials, got his butt out and did what he's supposed to do as a man. But he's been with this man 14 years, and what the Negroes, they got all these platforms, don't understand. Now, this is what's laid out to me once I added Kanye and Kyrie on my list. He said, but it's today, Deborah, it is Rufus and Dials. He said they got these fools out here feuding with each other. Rufus is Dials. Dials is Rufus. He's using a platform. Rufus is using these men platform. He's using people to take his side because his feelings were hurt. He's been following Dial, the monster, all these years for a reason. Y'all say he's the apple that's real close to the tree. He's the closest to the tree there. So therefore, he'll never pull away. He fell from the tree, which is the rotten tree, the no good tree, the unjust, the unrighteous tree, the same wicked tree Rufus came from. He was the closest apple to the tree, the fruit to the tree. So it's no way all these men putting him on their video, trying to get something out of him, trying to turn this, trying to get information. He ain't giving them nothing because he's the apple. He's the tree itself all over again. You know how seeds fall from a tree and then they go into the soil and they spring up? Well, that's what Rufus is. Rufus is a carbon copy of who Pastor Dowd is. These men on there trying to convince Rufus that polygamy is not. Baby, you can hang it up. This man is hardcore. He got 4 wives. He ain't about to give up his wives. He don't care what none of y'all say. He ready to fight and rumble. He don't even sound like a pastor. You see what I'm saying? That's leading a flock. Any fools go behind him, they are no better. They're going straight into the broad gate. I'm telling you all. And you know what? He knows the way. He knows the way, just like Dow. They know how to take the people into the broad gate. Because to them, they look at the multitude. They look at the people who's following them as their fruit. And they don't understand how y'all looking at you as their fruit. For the father saying, okay, so Adam and Eve going to sit there right in the midst of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the tree that I told them not to be, not to take up, but not to eat of, which is not to entertain. They're going to stand there and entertain it. First of all, you got to stand there. So why is Adam with her standing there in the midst? And if she's being entertained, he's being entertained. But who was the one that got the order? He. So it's no such thing the way men have designed it. But just imagine how powerful that is, said the Most High God. For the world to think that Eve was the sin, the starter of the sin. How many thousands of years? And did Yah say something? No, he didn't. Why? Why didn't Yah say something about the Roman Catholics smearing it? He knew they smeared it. And it's many things in there telling you it was smeared. It's clearly seen. No, it ain't clearly seen. Yes, it is clearly seen, because I can see it more so in the spiritual realm, but I could also see it in the natural. So it is clearly seen. So I'm like looking at this and I'm like saying, okay, if they take it from the beginning, they can see how it came in 2 and 3 being smeared. Something went wrong. See, nobody never did anything about it. Here it is, 2024. They as blind as they were back in Genesis 2, 3, and 4. Just as blind. Just as blind. See, and this is what's sad. No, it ain't sad. It ain't sad. The Father don't like me saying it's sad, because he said that he's shown me already what took place before the foundation of the world, and I should not be sad about what I've seen. I should be rejoicing and praising at all time him himself and not be sad. So here this guy Rufus, he pulls up and something happened in Straightway. He really messed all those guys up, because he really revealed a lot of things only because of his emotions and his feelings got hurt. And he had a reason to have his feelings and emotions hurt, because you the apple that's real close to the rotten tree. You the monster's child. And these men on these devil platform, this is what I'm saying. I said, Father, these men on this platform don't even understand who Rufus is. Rufus is the schemer. He's the he's the new Dial in a way that's more cunning and crafty and the way he's doing it. Y'all. These men sitting around here trying to bring Dial down, and they the one supported him. They the one put him where he at. They the one sent many people to boost him and uplift him. It don't matter if it's about polygamy. It don't matter if it's about adultery. You know what? I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna make sure you all understand this. It's about righteousness. It is not about what they're doing. Has no connection to Yah. Rufus is not about Yah. Dials is not about Yah. And all these people who are putting them on platforms, interviewing them, trying to get what they say. Rufus just mad because the apple that he fell from, that he's so close to where he's twins almost to that apple, he just hurt by it. Now he thought about it. He still want to go to Daddy Tree and sit and lean on. You see, he using the whole, just like Kyrie and Kanye, using these black men to support him. That's why I knew black men are weaker men than any man on the face of the earth. They easily taken to what their brothers and their own nation is doing. They take to wrong. See, that's what they don't know how to rightly divide wrong from right. They don't know how to say, okay, just and unjust. They don't know nothing about upright and wicked and evil. They don't know nothing about that. They judges and measure everything based on a man and a nationality. That's it. That's what Judah do. They measure everything based on if you're a man and the nationality. They don't give a rat's behind about the Most High Yah and who he is, what he stands for. His righteousness, his just, his upright. They don't care about spirit and truth. They don't care about his light. As long as you're a man and you are a melanated man, they all for you. They all up on you, and they all for you. They don't care if you right or wrong. They're going to make you right because you're a man and you melanated. And the Father allowed them to do it. And he said, a couple of years ago when they was really out here killing one another, they doing it now. And I said, but Father, you told them, brothers, don't be killing each other. Don't do that to each other. They still out here doing it, Father. Look at them. For you step on my shoes or you come in my turf and you just killing each other like crazy. And you don't see none of the men talking about it. You don't see them saying we got to stop the violence. We got to stop this, y'all. We got to unite. We got to stop giving this world. We got to stop making ourselves look bad. Y'all, we got to stop this. We got to stop looking bad. No, These men ain't on these devil platforms telling each other, well, we got to stop this, y'all. We shouldn't be doing this to our women. We shouldn't be doing this to our parents. We shouldn't be doing this to one another. Brother, we got to stop. We got to unite. No, this camp went here. This camp went here. This academy here. This camp here. This church here. This church, this community here. This one over here. This got this podcast. This got this podcast. And all of them talking. A bunch of trash for the world to see. So y'all say, Deborah, when they at their nakedness, and I have willed it to reveal their nakedness, then the world is going to hate them. But guess what he pulled up and said? But I wanted to tell y'all, the guy Rufus, y'all, this Rufus guy is using these other Negroes, and they so weak, they can't see him using them. He don't want nothing but their platform. He wants to punish Dow from hurting his feelings and his emotion, knowing that he's identical to Dow. And let me tell y'all, the ship is going to sink, the whole ship. Because y'all just revealed to you all from the prophetess in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17 and 18. Let me tell y'all, he just told you the house. He coming for you, Israel. He's judging you, Israel. The whole house. He's judging you, Judah. And you standing your stupid tail around thinking the white man, the heathens, and the Gentiles are doing something to you. Just like the Deuteronomy 28, you blame every nationality for where you at outside of yourself. They got you here. And the power of the right hand of the Father that made it to come, that made it to be. That's you don't say nothing about the righteous will have you here for the reason of who you are. He knew you were ugly. He knew that. And he said he divided them according to their ways. So you in this United Snakes because y'all knew your ugliness was just that ugly as they are. I sit back and I think about in the last couple of days, all these different European men has spoken to me about a lot of things. And I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm going to say this. One thing that I really embrace it, is when European men approach me and begin to talk to me so openly. I love that. I love it. And they begin to tell me, and this is what y'all don't know nothing about. That's why I say, yeah, I think you know something, and y'all gonna let you think you know all that you think you know. You mean you don't really know nothing. You know what these heathens are saying? You think that they coming to me for nothing? No, I'm 18. I'm Psalms 18, y'all. I'm Psalms 18. That's who I am. So if you ever want to check out who Deborah is, go to Psalms 18. Okay. So these heathens came and they always come to me and they say, now I had probably 4 Friday and Saturday. And they said, total different. They say they talk about this country. And they share with Deborah some things that's actually going on. And in my mind, y'all listen to me. In my mind, I said, well, Father, why you let them know? I'm wondering, how did they know? How did they know that? But one thing I like about what they know the truth of a lot of things, y'all. While y'all sitting here destroying your nation, you destroying it because y'all got a judgment on you. He's going to let you destroy yourself, your people, your nation. And after this video, you're going to start to see it rumble in a way that you've never seen it. Why? This is what he shared with me yesterday. He's going to let Judas see himself, see his nakedness. He's going to let you see your nakedness. Because you, and you think you're going to see your nakedness and get it right. No, he says it's too late. It's over. It's finished. You ain't going to get it right. Because that's my fear. Why is it that, so we're going to be taking each other out and rolling each other to the utmost? Yes, you are, Deborah. To the utmost. I'm coming for the house. You would think they would say, well, wait a minute, we better get right. We sitting here worried about the heathens, the Gentiles, and Europeans and the fake Jews. Why ain't we trying? No, that identified Judas is messed up from the floor up, mentally destroyed. Deuteronomy 28 end game is that Judah and Israel is destroyed. That's what y'all lied about. Y'all didn't tell the people the truth of the whole matter. And y'all don't have no problem with it. He said, I'm pulling up anyway with my will. So I wanted to share that with you. The rottenness of the coat. It is a coat. Dow's is a coat. Rufus is a coat. But the only thing different between Dow and Rufus, I think Rufus is more cunning. I think Rufus got more craftiness and sorcery with his, because he's using these men today, y'all. He using them big time. I mean, big time. And I'm sitting here saying, he using y'all. Y'all can't see he using y'all. He controls their platform, y'all. He just like Dow do with his mouth. He controls everybody's platform he get on. Instead of them controlling it, he control their platform. Tell them, wait a minute, shut up. In a sense, shut up. Almost said, shut up. I'm like saying, these men are weak. They letting this man come on this platform. Why are y'all supporting him anyway? Y'all, why? Leave him alone. Let him. He's the only one been that long with Dow. So he have become Dow. So while y'all sitting around here trying to take sides, these men out here are Judith, out here trying to take sides, don't even understand. In this situation, there's no side. Both of them evil. There's no side. Both of them evil. Both of them wicked. Let them play it, pan it out. Let Yah's glory and his power of his right hand show you what's what. No, they don't want to do that. They want to dip, and it show to me as a prophetess in the wilderness. It identify them. It shows them at they nakedness, like the Father says. They run around here trying to take one side over the other, and it's just like Adam and Eve in the garden. You can't take one side over the other one. You can't take Eve's side. You can't take Adam's side. Both of them was one in this. You see, you can't take a Dow side over Rufus, and Rufus side over Dow. They together in this 14 years. He ain't been 14 years for nothing. You know how much wrongdoing he done in 14 years? Do you understand how much wrongdoing Rufus have done in 14 years? Y'all sick. You're sick. And y'all's allowing you to be as sick can be. Why? Because he said the whole nation's going to hate you. I see why. Because I asked the Father, why they going to hate all this time they done us? No, Deborah. See, you missed it. Go back to the judgment. They're going to hate you. See, y'all, what y'all did, y'all got in here in these 400 years and y'all become worse without even gripping my garment, without even seeing no wrong in nothing y'all doing. Y'all don't see nothing wrong in what you're doing, you're saying, how you're acting, how you're conducting yourself. You don't see nothing. All y'all see is we the people, and we supposed to be given. We entitled. No. Only thing you entitled to is heaven or hell. And if you think from what you're doing today is entitled for heaven, you're going to see hell. You're going to see hell. Because see, what they doing is the men are locking themselves in the kingdom while they serving hell on earth. They're locking themselves in the kingdom of the Most High Yah while they're conducting hell on the earth. And the women and other men are following them straight through the broad gate to go where? To the lake of hell. And can't even see it. So before the judgment seat, that's what he said. I'm going to deal with you on the earth. What you mean, Father Yah? That what you did in the body is going to pay the consequence. That what you do in the spirit, it's going to be judged in the heaven. So Yah's judgment right now is showing up and showing out on this body. See, why they running around here, that mean the flesh. Why they running around here lying, manipulating people, beating people up with this book. And people don't even understand. That's why the book says study to show thyself. Rightly what? Divide. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why do we have to divide something, Deborah? These are words. Divide these bad boys. But the only way you're going to be able to do that is with the Ruach, the Most High Yah Spirit. See, that's how, you see how gone they go? So you see how far they gone? So if they don't have the Ruach, how can they teach you spirit and truth? How can they teach you the light? They can't. So they have to teach you what they can beat you with. That is this book. That is this book. This book can't make you nor break you. You didn't know that, did you? Why is it this book can't make you nor break you? Because the heaven, the throne of the Most High Yah got books. Going in two different directions. One to the book of life, and the other books to the lake of fire. He got them already written. So if your name is already written, why are you down here acting a fool? Because you're identifying where you're headed. That's why it's 2 gates, to identify to you which gate you're walking in. And then another thing he gave you to help you out about the gate, he said, Deborah, tell him. The narrow gate, Deborah, very few is going to find it. So the only gate they're going to have to find and to go through is the broad gate. Tell them, go head on. So you think you can get on here and say anything about this sister? Ain't nothing you can say. You clowning. Your tail is so wrapped around between your legs, you don't know if you're going or coming. You just constantly running in circles with no spirit and truth, no light to lead you out from among the tail that you wrapped around. You can't say nothing to me. I'm sitting here watching. Why? Why am I beholding? You ask, why are you beholding? Why? You a woman. Sit your tail down. Sit your stupid tail down. When the Ruach come, he don't care if you're a male or female. He's looking for your spirit to reside. He's coming to the spirit. He said, I don't deal with your flesh. I deal with your spirit. He said, you can't even worship him in your flesh. You worship me in your spirit. So why are we looking on the outer man and measuring whether the outer man is it? No, you look on the outer man for the action of he that's on the inner man. And if the outer man is conducting himself in a way of wickedness and unrighteous and unjust with no light and no spirit and truth, then you know that the inner man has not Yah. Then he gonna pull up and tell you, try the spirit by the spirit. What you mean? Try the spirit by the spirit. How I'm gonna try the spirit by the spirit? Because he letting you know this is a spiritual thing. While y'all playing a worldly matter, a fleshly matter. Y'all taking fleshly and putting them on pedestals, making these men kings, leaders, and rulers. Come on, Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 16. In Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 12. Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 12. Let's go there. Jeremiah chapter 16. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 12. What is it saying here? What is it saying? And you know what I did? Oh, yes, I did. I put the wrong verse down. Shut your mouth. Oh, yes. Let me get it. What? Hold up. Let me see where I'm at. I'm going to find it. Why would I say 16? No, I remember it was let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, yeah, here it is. I think this is it. And I'm going to tell y'all what they did not tell y'all. I'm going to tell you something else that's in Jeremiah chapter 30. Jeremiah is also telling you about Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah is telling you about Jacob's trouble. And I think that's real sad. I think it's real sad because you all keep on talking about, well, let me see if this is my verse. I got to find that I have wrote down. How did I remember it being, I thought, oh man, Jeremiah. But in Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah chapter 30, a lot of you all don't understand. You need to go back and read that. Jacob's trouble is no play. He's sitting here warning you. Jacob, that's the house. Jacob's trouble, that's the house. And you got these Negro men out here clowning. You got these Negro men out here leading and guiding households, families. Family on top of family. And I told y'all from the other videos, a lot of chaos. When you bring all that type of spirits into a house, you bring in trouble, baby. So you thinking because you getting your lust on, because you got 4 or 5 wives, you getting your pleasure on, baby, you got all those spirits detached to you. Why? it is said that there will be 5 in the household, 2 against 3, 3 against 2. Who gonna mess with that? Yeshua was warning us about it. He come to bring the sword between daughter and mother, mother and daughter, father and son, son and father. Wait a minute, hold up. What if it's 5 mothers, 20 daughters, because you got 4 wives, 6 wives? You see, y'all is not going to set up a household in the order of where 4 and 5 wives, and then you have all these babies by all these wives. No, you walk in the worldly way, calling it a spiritual way, because you went into Abraham, you went into Jacob, you went into Solomon, and you went into David without the understanding of who they were. When they come down here, let me tell y'all one thing. When they came down here, y'all, they came down here blameless. How about that? How about that? See, that's something y'all don't know nothing about. Do you know those ones that he's taking up out of here to the promised land? Why are they going up out of here? They're blameless. They're going to be found blameless. Y'all didn't know that, did you? What is it meaning, blameless, Deborah? See, what you didn't understand, those were people that was already branded spiritual. Their spirit was already branded for y'all. So when they get down here to a world where Satan was going to deceive the whole world, you know, it said the whole world, it means even the spiritual seed. What you mean, Deborah? They were coming down. The spiritual seed was coming down. The serpent seeds were coming down. Okay, the serpent seed was connected to Satan. He that was deceiving the whole world, that was including the spiritual seed. He was going to deceive the whole world. That's including the spiritual seed. What part was he going to deceive of the spiritual seed? The flesh. The flesh. But what was going on in their spirit? They was already sealed. They are the true vessels of the Most High God. They came down here as the spiritual seed. And just because they have been deceived by Satan, that's what's in their flesh. But in their spirit was already sealed as the spiritual seed. They go back. No matter what took place down on the earth, they go back. No matter what took place down here on the earth, they go back. They are blameless. That's what Dawes, Rufus, and all these men on these clown podcasts and all these following behind these people playing this chaos, instead of them trying to find truth. Spirit and truth in the light. They out here debating and arguing and supporting Rufus, and he's the scheme of it all that have supported the wicked ways of Dawes to get to where it's at today. Dow couldn't have made it without old wicked Rufus, and y'all running y'all tails around here trying to take his side over Dawes. What different they both measure on himself? I see Rufus as the cunning one. He's the dirt of a lot of it because he's been with Dowd in his wickedness. And right now, his feelings and everything, he want Dowd to feel that you hurt me. He don't give a rat's behind about y'all and what y'all believe in and what is righteous and what is just. He is the seed next to the tree in which he fell off of. Wake up! The seed ain't going to be no different than the tree in which it fell off of. Now, I lost my thought. But let me get back to this. I'm trying to find that Jeremiah verse. But we run around and we thinking we know something. You don't know nothing. And stay off my comment line. My comment, because you ain't talking about nothing. You don't know nothing. You got these people who just now finding out, like yesterday. And had the nerve to come on here talking about you a woman, you not sit your stupid tail down. Because if you had any sense, you will know I'm a woman on the outside, but I'm a child of the Most High in spirit and in truth on the inside. So you talking to yourself. Sit your tail down. You ain't supposed to speak because Yah didn't give you the spirit, nor the gift, nor the calling, nor the purpose. He didn't ordain you, foreknew you. So sit your tail down. Y'all done already told us when we do his work, we do it in the spirit. So what the crap y'all talking about? I'm in the flesh of a woman and then I ain't got what it takes in the spirit. Use the fool, and you're going to live the fool and be and die the fool. That's why all these men of Judah messed up from the floor up. And the judgment of the Most High Yah, he wants me to let you know he's on fire toward his wrath against you. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, wait a minute now. It seemed like they doing it, they doing this, they doing it all these 3 years. Here it is. His judgment was heavier than I thought. It had already been written, clearly seen that I was coming for them first. And they running around here clowning. But it's a reason why you got to clown. You have to clown me, and you have to be wicked and evil. You have to be not about the spirit and truth. You have to be not about the light. Why? Because he says they're going to destroy you for his name's sake. His name's sake. And then I sit back and I've been saying, I told y'all I was going to do a study on the namesake. I'm here today. When I got up, he was revealing things to me. He said, Deborah, you know what that namesake? I said, that namesake is your power. And he said, let me give you a little more and more. My namesake is they're going to destroy you because I ordered them to. Mm-hmm. They're going to destroy you because I ordered them to. I'm like, you know what? I'm telling you, he talked to me like that. I'm going to tell y'all something. I get so happy because it makes sense, y'all. It brings closure to this old woman. It makes me see what he's saying all the time. It's what been saying to me all these years. That's how powerful he is in the spirit realm, to where it'll read in Matthew's that they're gonna kill you and destroy you for my name's sake. What's the deal with your namesake, Deborah? My namesake is my will. I ordered that. How you like me now? For my will. Psalms 23. David says, all that y'all was doing in Psalms 23. Watch this here. Y'all, see, that's what I'm saying. They teaching y'all all the wrong things because y'all stepping in the flesh realm, letting them beat y'all with this book full of words that has been smeared. Not all of them, don't get me wrong, not all of them. His intent for you to study, but sit your tail down and study to show yourself. He didn't say study to show your congregation, your everybody. No. You got to wait for the Ruach so you can teach them from the spirit realm. You can't teach them from this book. This book is nowhere near the spirit realm, y'all. Y'all just messed up from the floor. You can believe whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. Believe whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. Believe whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. Why? It's over. It's finished. Read Deuteronomy 28 end game. It is over when you house is destroyed. Praise the mighty Yah. That's the end game. Play that game. See if you win. You won't win because only the Ruach helped you play that game. He helped you play that game because he know the end game of it. You get in there and you be wrestling, wondering, but Father, they don't know. They don't need to know, Deborah. Don't forget, I got 2 gates going on here. Get in your lane. Your lane is to go to the narrow gate. Go there. Stay there. Keep going in that direction. Don't come over here to the broad gate worried about what these people doing. I built that gate. I enlarged in hell. So come on now. Come stick with me now. I taught you too much. I've been with you since you was 4 years old. I've been teaching you from that end. No, this ain't the time. Okay? Now, when you get to Psalms 28, and at Psalms 23, in Psalms 23, we're talking about his name's sake. So he's going to have you destroyed for his name's sake. Why? He said, tell them that my name's sake is my power and my will to see to it that you destroy. For my name's sake will they destroy you. For my name's sake will they destroy you. So, Deborah, when you run around here hooping and hollering, that's why you was put amongst Judah as a prophetess. So you can constantly keep yearning to them, which is already before them, because I am. Up, I'm down, I'm all around. They can't see me. They can't discern me. They can't feel me. They can't know me. You can't come up on me like you know me. I got to know you before you can know me. And you'll know them by what? The spirit will you know them, Deborah. Because they know me based on spirit. So you'll know them by their spirit. So when this flesh come rolling up, you should be able to easily discern the flesh because it ain't about nothing. It's about deception, lies. Psalms 23 and conniving, witchcraft, sorcery, abomination, lust, drugs, killing, murdering, lying. Oh, deception is high level in this day. Psalms 23. I'm going to mess with Paul. I'm going to mess with David right now. David said something here, and I want to show y'all that y'all missed it. You missed it, and you should have missed it. Because the Father said, it's over. It's finished. You can't even go back to pick it up. You know why? Because it's living too rooted in you. You can't even go back and pick it up. That's deep. Why? Because Sister Deborah didn't bury it. Sister Deborah didn't plant it. The Most High Yah did. And he says it's over. It's finished. He tell this sister that ain't no more puzzle pieces. I'm like, please give me another piece. Let's take a piece out and start over. No, Deborah, I'm not going to take a piece out. Just so that piece can be missing. It's over, Deborah. It's finished. Stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane. You'll be okay. Now, Psalms 23, verse 3. He restored my spirit. He leaded me in the path of righteousness. For what? His name's sake. His namesake is his will and his power. His power and his will. So they're going to destroy you. For what? Y'all running around here clowning with these people on these devil platforms. That's why I call them the devil platforms, because that's where the people, where people really went through the broad gate is when these platforms open up to lead them straight to the broad gate. Hey, bro, come on this way. Hey, sis, come on this way. Here's the way. Here's the way. Let's go through this broad gate. That's why I call these devil platforms, because it led many to the broad gate. Okay, so that's just it in a handbasket. That's just it. Let me see here where he said. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Every last one of your tails, run back and do your study on namesake. You're going to find out, wait a minute, this is his will and his power. So he's telling you, my will and my power have ordered them to do what? Matthew 24, verse 9. No, let's bump it up to verse 8. Verse 8, Matthew 24 and verse 8. All these things are the beginning of sorrow. Something I told y'all for the last 3 years. That's what you in. That's where you at, y'all. And you run around here thinking that these people who moving on these out in these camps and all out in the woods, did y'all know that they moved and how they got to where they at? From you. Deceiving you got them where they at. And they think they somewhere? No, they not, baby. Because they said the government has a system that's set up to go to each one of them and ban them from their land. Praise the Most High Yah. Because why? Many of them got boasted and boosted and uplifted that they somewhere that you not. That's why they get on this devil platform, bring you low so they can go high. And in the process of it, you support them. Financially, especially. You support them 2 ways. You support them financial out of your own pocket. Then you support them through YouTube by striving and liking and praising them. And you're supposed to be over here praising the Most High Yah in the spirit. And you over here praising the flesh of somebody. They sitting here feeding you things of the world, things that's going to keep their page on fire. And you ain't getting no spirit and truth on your plate for your spirit. People ain't teaching you spirit and truth. You get away from them. Y'all run from them. Go the opposite way, because that's what you need. Why? You need it in your backpack. You're going to need it in your backpack. Why? Listen to this. Matthew 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And I'm like saying, wait a minute. Yeshua, wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. Yeshua, what are you talking about? And why ain't you expounding as more warnings or giving us an uphead or showing us something? No. I ain't giving you nothing. Everything is clearly seen, Deborah. They don't need nothing. That's why even when he said, come out of her, or you will receive their plagues, I'm like saying, wait a minute, Father, where's the warning? Where's the fire? Where's the energy in that? Come out of her. Just come out of her? You mean just come out of her? Wait a minute. This thing should be deeper than just come out of her. No, I ain't got nothing else to say. I said what I said. I mean what I said. Come out of her. That's how plain he said it. Why? Because he know you ain't going to come out. You ain't going to come out. So if you thinking what I'm saying is supposed to bring you out or supposed to open your eyes and supposed to give you light, it's over. It's not supposed to. That's why I said, don't come to my page leaving no message. You ain't got nothing for me. Nothing. Okay? I'm here as a vessel of the Most High God. I ain't here to play with you. Hear your verses. I don't want your scriptures. I don't want your verses. If you want to put them on there, I'm going to wipe them out. Because you don't know. You serve the words. I serve the word. There's a difference. You serve the outer man. I serve the inner man. How about that? You believe what they tell you on the outer. Your precept, your line. I believe the ruach is in me that leads and guides me. Okay? The one who created all things, the beginning and the end. So why would I listen to you? And you following words. I'm following the word. Okay? Matthew 24, verse 20, Matthew 24 and verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow. Then, verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. Wait a minute. Look how calm Yeshua is saying it. He's not saying it with no type of warning. What do you mean? And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Pull up every last one of y'all at the sound of my voice. Pull up namesake. And if you don't get the true understanding of namesake, it's because you're lost with a cause and without one. Because the true fact of his namesake is his will of his power of his will. He created that. That's what he's saying. What do you mean he created? Yes, he created them to deliver you up and be you to be afflicted and shall kill you. That's why he's not expounding on it. Because it's for his name's sake. When he said, I had pity for my will and my power, because if it was up to him, he would have threw your tail before you even got here. So he had to have pity on his own will and his power, because that's really what it wanted to do to you. But had pity that it didn't, because he got a will that's going to walk itself from A to Z. See, y'all thinking he's a play toy. Y'all got it bent. Y'all got everything bent up and bent down, and in the name of who? Males. Everything a male does, women, he's following you. You're going to fall with him. Had that lady come before Peter different than her husband, she would have lived. Had those women were totally against what their husband was doing in Sodom and Gomorrah, they would have lived. But he said who the men are, because these women come out of the men. And see, that's the ignorance. I'll try to tell y'all. I try to give it to you the best way I can, that men never understood their purpose of being a man. They were carrying all the life that y'all had planned for his will. Let me say that again. Males are carrying the life of the will of Yah in them. That's what you were created to be, the man of that. So that's why he said he would bring the father back to the children and the children back to the father. Where's the woman? Where's her? Where's he? No, he's letting you know, because the children came from the men. That's what he's trying to get you all to see again. That was why Adam was created first, because he was going to carry the seeds. whether they were the serpent seed or the seed of the spirit, males had it in their wombs. So when the male acted the fool, his seeds was a characteristic of his stupidity, his foolish ways, his foolish action. He birthed the seeds that are the ways within him. And what overpower him is when the Father in the kingdom birthed his seed in a man's womb. You see? And that's where he says, in a family, you're going to have 3 against 2, 2 against 3. You see? Why, Father? It's because, Deborah, when that man birthed those seeds, 3 of them was wicked. 2 of them was the light. See, y'all running y'all mouth and don't understand. These men don't know nothing about this, women. They don't know nothing about this because they are not vessels of the Most High Yah. They don't understand nothing, Sister Deborah is saying. And the best thing for them to do is to slither in and slither out. Why? Because they know that their head getting crushed and they can't take it. They can't take it. That's why they can slither in and slither out, because they can't take it. They're not born. They're not created to take what Sister Deborah is saying, to digest or to feel what she's saying, to understand it, or to wait a minute, see the light in what she's saying, because they are created to be the serpent seeds. So that's why they come in and run out. And Sister Deborah don't blame them. That's the whole idea of Genesis 3:15. The serpent head is going to be crushed. So they trying to get the rats behind out of this, off this message, because they don't want their head crushed. Their head is their whole ideal of what they think and feel. They don't want it to be changed from the way that it is. Woo! I think I said a mouthful right there. They don't want it to be changed. And it don't need to be changed. And we shouldn't want them to change their mindset. If you're the serpent seed, when you're the serpent seed, continue in the ways that you are in. And know that you ain't going nowhere but in a circle, waiting for your day up out of here. And the way you're going to go out. The worst thing is about it, it's not so much the way you're going out of here, is where you're going to end eternal. See, they don't teach you that. That's another thing you all don't understand. You will never get very many, not very many of the whole house teaching about life after this. Why? Because they ain't got time. Men don't have time to go around on stuff like that. They don't have time to check out the end game of Deuteronomy 28. They ain't going to teach nobody. They ain't going to teach this congregation because it'll show them up. That's why they don't want no dealing with the New Testament no more. They don't want to hear Paul. They don't want to hear nothing Paul said, because it counteract with the way they want to live today. They want to skip the new, go all the way back to the old, where they didn't follow nothing that Yah told them to do. And the ways were more wicked and evil as far as getting out of the righteous order was back in the old. They thinking that that's the best time. That's why they want to run to the old, because they think, oh, when we can follow the sin of or the adultery of Abraham and Jacob and Solomon and David, we can follow them. But why ain't you following their spiritual ways? How about that? Why ain't you following their walk the way they walk with Yah, the way they were with Yah? Why ain't you following that? Because you're following the flesh ways of these men, the flesh pleasure of these men. Jacob didn't give his kids a time of day. David didn't let one son rape the daughter and then turn around, let one son kill the other. Nowhere in the household conducting all that chaos. The father said he turned the neighbors into David's wife into the hands of the neighbor men. So where is any righteous in that? And this is what you see today. So when y'all looking at Dowds and Rufus, y'all fools. Y'all part of the broad gate. Go on in. Have yourself. And if while you walking in the broad gate, let me kind of help you out. See if you can find you a seat. Because that's where you there to stay. See if you can find a seat while you walking in the broad gate. Because that's where you at. You don't know the way. So you have settled in the broad gate. And it's okay. It's okay. It's over. It's finished. The puzzle is completed. His will is done. To the point where he ain't even sending nobody else. And you know what I think is really sad? Where you get these sick people not even understanding. It is a blessing for him to send a vessel among you. But your whole mission is to hate the one with the light and love the one in the darkness. That's the mission from the beginning to the end. That's how all the prophets died, most of them. All because they was telling you exactly what Sister Deborah is saying now. They killed them harshly. You think them disciples lost their life because they was playing patty cake? They had many wives and all their children, and no. They lost their life because they were speaking righteous. They were the light. You see, this is a sad thing, and I felt that it all of it makes a lot of sense today when he showed me the house is in judgment, because Yah is so just. Oh boy, he is so just. It just does me a handful just to hear that the house. All this time I was trying to figure that thing out. Why was those that's in Israel? Why were they Israel was cutting up like this? Why was they so destructive and so murderous and abomination and lust? And a lot of people, other nations don't look. I don't know what they look at, but it don't appear that they measure a woman from her rear end. But Jacob, that's all he see. You see, they measure their women for all the wrong reason. You see what I'm saying? Not Jacob, but Judah. I'm like, well, why ain't all the other races like this? Why is it that our women have to be brought to the low of the low? Why do our men have to see us as the low as the low? Because he said that, as I said before, for the last 3 years, Judah is the sickest men on the face of the earth. You can say what you want. You can say, you can think, you can feel, you can say whatever you want. And a lot of people say, when you bashing Judah, or you bashing our brother, no. Sit your tail down and bash yourself, because you in darkness and not in light. See, light tells the truth. Okay? A lie tells you darkness. It tells you darkness, tell you the lie. And you are sitting in darkness, calling it light, and have not read. And then he told me today, he said, Deborah, the instructions and direction book that they read, where they precept and they lie. He said they don't even abide by it. And then I'm sitting there saying, I figured that out. Because when you couldn't get them to do the end game of Deuteronomy 28, Father, you can't get them to see Matthew 24, Father. You can't see them. You can't get them to see none of Revelation. You can't get them to see nothing. But you can see them running over here talking about giants, aliens, fallen angels. See, they're always throwing you off. Your own nation, always throwing you off. And who is that throwing you off? Men. So what I spoke to you all the other day, these men don't understand them being men, the purpose of it. They never knew. And that's why you see your nation the way that it is. And what way is that, Deborah? What way are you saying that they are? 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. I'm judging you, house of Israel. I'm judging you. See, he's sitting here telling them, I'm judging you in this day. They running around here talking about polygamy, talking about he say, worse than the women. And these men on these platforms are boosting and showing video after video of wicked and evil. You ain't showing us nothing about yesterday. This sister knew about it. But when I try to say something, women not supposed to speak. Sit your mouth down. You're not supposed to speak to me. You didn't know that, but you're not. And you'll find that out. Who is that pulling up to my house? They know. Oh, yeah, he did call. Oh, they know they're not supposed to do that. Y'all, I'm sorry. Sister Deborah will be back at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I'm going to get your views. I'm going to hear you speak. So it's going to be a time to talk. And let's cover more of this at 7 p.m. Central Time. I apologize. I have to go. Shalom and shalom. I appreciate everybody in the live chat. It's good to see you. Shalom, and it's shalom. I'll see you at 7 p.m. Central Time. Shalom. Okay.